March together. We did that earlier. We've done it through the event, and we'll continue to do that together. But it was going to take God's call in their lives to say that we had to do something specific. To march around the wall 7 times until God would bring them down. I believe we've marched today. We've marched valiantly. For those that we love and cherish, those that are in addiction, those that we've lost, the families represented here today that have lost somebody. We still need to march together. And if we do, God will bring the walls down. He'll bring the walls of addiction down. He'll bring the walls of broken relationships down. He'll bring the walls and bring our kids back. Bring our families back. But it's going to take us coming as a community to be engaged together, to embrace together, and then to also fight together. We've got to fight this thing together. And I think today we've proven something in Ben Salem. That we can march as a community around the battle of addiction and watch it fall before our eyes. We have watched God soften the eyes of people that have been so critical, judgmental, against so many. He can soften the heart of any. And I believe that we've come together today for a purpose. This says Relapse Prevention. How are we going to help that as a community? How are we going to help that as a church? We're asking for you to embrace that. Embrace the concept that this needs to work. This is going to keep our kids alive. We need to continue to offer them the love and support and come around. I love my son. I wish he was here today. I hope he gets better. But I still love him. And no matter how hard our families struggle, no matter how hard the grief is because we've lost someone, there are those on this campus today that have continued to fight together in spite of. What I like to do for a moment is just take a moment and recognize those that we have lost first. I'm going to ring this bell. We're not going to mention no names. We can mention many on this campus today that we are close to and dear to. We lost 2 children in the last few weeks. They are sons and daughters of volunteers in this ministry. And we lost one very dear, who was a son to leaders in this ministry. So it hits home closely today. So as I ring the bell, I'm going to ring it 20 times. Let's think about as that goes through and pray for those families of those that have lost those to addiction. Pray for the loved ones that are still out there. And I'll pray at the end of the 20th bell. And then we're going to worship together as we close this event out. It's been a wonderful day. Look at the weather has held up. God has been so gracious. So thankful, man. Where would we be? Where would we be without him? So many of us that have surrendered our hearts to him and wondered, how will we break the cycle of addiction? How will we not go back to jail anymore? And it's because of the power of God. It's because our relationship with Jesus Christ that has done that. We will continue to offer that to every person that walks through this ministry. We want to put a Life Recovery Bible in their hand, invite them to church, invite them to a meeting, and love on them. So let's just take a moment of silence. If we can, we'll ring the bell. I'm going to pray. Then we're going to worship. You're going to see a little parade happen right here in the front of those that want to tell you a story by just walking by. Let's just take a moment. Remember those. If you have a candle, could you make your way up?